We all love and adore anime for being some of the most badass stuff we get to watch. Whether it's Eren being an absolute madman in the final season of Attack on Titan, or if it's the deeply atmospheric and emotional journey of Cowboy Bebop, anime brings to the screen some of the most high-quality content that we've come to witness from animation. But not all anime are explosions, fast-paced action, and politics. Some of us just like to kick back, relax, and put on some romance anime to cry our eyes out to. Romance anime have been a staple in the genre since the beginning of the art form, and unlike most action-oriented content, have usually remained under the radar, aside from a few of Shinkai works. So, I put together a list of the best romance anime that you might want to check out. 𝐜𝐴 Starting off our list is 𝐜𝐴. Following the story of a husband and wife, 𝐜𝐴 puts us in the perspectives of couple Lu Jinyan and 𝐜𝐴, who get married to one another through a mistake, with neither of them being a willing participant in the marriage. Their relationship turns a sour note. Both main characters are extremely lovable in this Chinese adaptation. I instantly got some sort of connection with them after getting through the first few episodes. There's just something relatable in the melancholic poetry of their love story. The things left unsaid and the moments that were wasted are shown so vividly that it's absolutely enticing to watch. It's a truly unique setting with a proper cast of fully realized adult characters. It has no teenage bullcrap to drag it down, no fillers, and no storyless content. The relationship between Lu Jin and 𝐜𝐴 is insanely interesting to watch. Their nuances in both the way they speak and behave has extremely realistic mannerisms. These are fully realized characters, as I said before. They have their own personalities, their unique morals, and their own goals and ambitions. These are showcased beautifully, and it's just a wonderful series to watch. Jinsei. On number 2, Yuko Wakamatsu's story of going through the highs and lows after joining his school's journalism club is one of the most revering stories in romance anime that I've seen recently. The best part about this series is that characters are observant and they take the opportunities that present themselves, instead of following the classic tsundere trope that all romance anime is known for. Yuki is shown as a dense character, but even he notices and commits to the opportunities that would help him get closer with his love interest, Rino. At first glance, this seems like a harem anime, but it is anything but that. The show completely focuses on Yuki's affection towards Rino and constantly showcases that with large dialogue set pieces and conversations. This is a definite must-watch. Defrag. Oh, what an anime this was. There is literally zero dull moments in this anime, and it's full of enjoyable, comedic, and heartwarmingly wholesome content. Fair warning before you get into this anime though, it doesn't really have a proper episode-to-episode conclusive story. It's mainly about the characters goofing around, and it just works. The show is a feel-good breath of fresh air through and through. Kinji Kazama's story of going from the high school badass to becoming a game development crew person is an exciting journey, full of laughs and giggles, and nothing aside from that. The only downfall of Defrag is that it's just 12 episodes long, and that there needs to be at least a couple dozen more. Genuinely, don't know why they stopped making more, but I'm guessing it's due to budgetary reasons, and that's fair. Grand Blue. Based on the popular romantic comedy manga by Kenji Inoue and Kimitake Yushoka, Grand Blue is a story of Iori Kitahara's wacky college life with his eccentric new friends, while he battles through college life to realize his passions and his college dreams. Oh, and scuba diving is a huge part of it. We all know that college life is extremely unique. It's like venturing into a whole new world, much like an isekai, but you're not the main character or the one. Grand Blue is a wonderful deep dive, no pun intended, into the world of adult humor, college life, weird misadventures, and alcohol-induced carefree shenanigans. It's one of those shows that grabs you immediately and completely immerses you into its characters and story. Ishukan Friends. This was a teary watch for me. The story of Yuki's commitment to getting to know his crush Kaori better through sheer determination and will is just beautiful to watch. The story follows Yuki Hase, who has a crush on Kaori Fujimiya, a quiet and reserved girl. Yuki's crush on her turns into pity once he finds out that she's going through some form of mental turmoil. He vows to help her, and man, does he commit to his vow. We see the relationship of this troubled girl and this hopeless romantic of a boy going from nothing to something truly great, with an ending that's going to leave a lot of people confused yet satisfied. So definitely add this one to your list. Majimoji Rurumo. On the number 5 spot, we have 𝐒𝐻𝐺𝐻𝐸. This is the story of a young boy called Kuta Shibaki, who's simply an A-class pervert. One day, he and his friends at the Supernatural Club decide to summon a witch. At first, they retcon the idea after trying it several times, thinking that it doesn't work. But it does. There arrives 𝐸𝐸. Shibaki gets one wish of his granted at her hands, which is a pair of panties. Yep, I meant it when I said he's an A-class pervert. In an unusual turn of events, Kuta chooses to help 𝐸𝐸 in her descent up the food chain in the witch world, while 𝐸𝐸 puts the choice in front of him: to help her or save his own life. Seeing Shibaki's maturity levels increase throughout the series is absolutely wonderful. Having a perverted character as the lead in a romance anime is a rare thing to see, and it's even rarer for them to develop well. This anime was definitely a refreshing romantic comedy, and I highly recommend it to everyone. Muujaki no Rakuen. This is a romantic and erotic comedy for the ages. Muujaki no Rakuen follows Shuta Handa, a 25-year-old jobless, ambitionless, lazy, good-for-nothing, low-life loser. Shuta's life is boring, his career is non-existent, and everyone at his high school reunion thinks he's a loser. While he usually doesn't care what others think, he takes it to heart when his old school girl classmates mock him and call him a loser. After the party, he walks into his old school in a fit of emotion and runs into an accident as he falls into the swimming pool. This triggers a supernatural event. The main character manages to travel 15 years into the past and arrives at the 5th year of his primary school. The surprises waiting there for him are the same women that mocked him at the meeting, but they're much younger, at the ages of 11 or 12. This turns into a spiraling comedy, which packs both punch in its erotic direction and emotions with its romantic side. A witty and sharp romantic comedy that showcases all ages, but is definitely meant for an adult audience. 𝐸𝐻. 𝐸𝐻 follows a stood-up marketing employee, Fumihiko Matsumaru, who is about to throw away the movie tickets he was going to watch with his date. However, he runs into Aka Onda, an eccentric and expiring voice actress that watches the movie with him. After a bit of conversation, they find out that they live in the same neighborhood, and that night, Fumihiko wakes up to find that Aka's apartment has completely burned down, along with all of her possessions. He invites her to stay with him, and they, well, get it on. After that, they become completely intertwined in each other's lives, both personally and also professionally, as they realize Aka will be voicing the mascot that Fumihiko designed for his company. It's a really dreamy scenario as they live with each other while keeping their relationship under wraps for fear of scrutiny from their employers and coworkers. We go from them having a platonic relationship to a deeply serious and consistently decent relationship. Koi wa Ameagari no Yuni. Koi wa Ameagari no Yuni, also known as After the Rain, is the story of a track runner, well, former track runner, who hasn't been able to race properly after she got a severe foot injury which halted her entire racing career. The story follows her job at the Garden Cafe, where she works part-time as a waitress. Akira, our lead heroine, begins to develop feelings for the cafe's manager. 45-year-old Masami Kondo is Akira's infatuation, despite the ginormous age gap between the two. Akira is drawn to his kindness and caring nature, and she spends most of her time at the restaurant as much as she can. During this time, you can clearly see her growing closer and her feelings being strengthened. This complicated relationship and Akira's doubts and inner conflicts on whether she should push her feelings down or confess the love she has for Kondo makes this series an extremely engaging drama. 𝐼𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻𝐼. 𝐼𝐼𝐻𝐼𝐻, named after the Greek word meaning memory. This is a series about the immortal Rin Asugi, classy, private detective working on a case to find a missing cat. She stumbles upon Kuki Meino, a man who says he's had his memories replaced. Rin agrees to help him and slowly becomes emotionally attached to the strange man. Soon after in the story, she begins to connect the dots and realizes the man she's been helping isn't what he says he is, and that there are larger forces at play here. Rin and Kuki's incredibly oblivious and detailed journey is one of the finest pieces of anime that I've seen in recent history. It's hard to watch. It sure as hell has moments that you wouldn't want to witness, but the payoffs and the rewards you get at the end are all worth it. So, that was our list of the top 10 romance animes that you've never seen before, even though you really should. If you liked this video, then please make sure to like the video and subscribe. It's free, and you can always change your mind later. Comment on what else you'd like to see from us, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace!